Big money, why you not do normal commentary no more? I'm sure that's how it sounds when they ask these things. But some people have been voicing their concerns that I've not been doing the good old-fashioned classic commentary for, well, the last few weeks now. I've not really done not done a whole lot of them. But things evolved here on YouTube, and I'll do a few more of them though. I mean, I like to do different kind of things all the time. I've been doing this thing for 3.5 damn years now, so yeah, doing different things is a good thing, obviously. If I was doing the same monotonous thing over and over and over and over and over again, I'd probably blow my brains out by now. But anyway, this here is some endgame DLC, Air Superiority to be more precise, and this is a lot of fun. I was a bit concerned when they announced that this was going to be coming out. I did actually predict that they were going to have this game mode in Battlefield 3, like, I think about 6 months before the game even fucking launched. So it came to me as no surprise when they announced that this was going to be in it. I was thinking, why did they not put this in sooner? I would have thought they would have had this in the initial release, but no, they'll wait until the very last DLC, like a year and a half later, to put it in. But regardless, it's here now. And yeah, I was a bit concerned in the first place when they were like, yeah man, we're going to put in Air Superiority, and I was thinking, is it actually going to be any good? Because, well, I have got past experience playing this game mode on Battlefield 1943. I used to play a crap load of Battlefield 1943, and that game mode, you only could either play Conquest, normal Conquest, or play some Air Superiority on the side. Now that game I played like pretty much exclusively. Whenever I could, I would be flying a plane in that game in Battlefield 1943. But I didn't play Air Superiority, and the reason for that being was I felt that it was boring. When I was playing it, I just thought that this is really boring. I don't know if that was because back in those days when I was playing Battlefield 1943 a whole lot, I was, well, not to be bragging about it or anything like that, but I was pretty good in the planes. I have like a fucking nearly a 4KD or something stupid like that. Maybe not as high as that, but almost, playing that game with planes, and I felt that the Air Superiority game mode was too easy. Yeah, I don't want to sound like a douchey cunt, but that, I didn't really think it was that fun, really. You would just fly around, you would, kill a lot of people here and there, and etc. But the main gem when it came to flying in Battlefield 1943 was bombing people on the ground. When you drop a bomb on their head and kill them, that was the best thing ever. When you landed a bomb right on top of a tank at like high speeds, doing all sorts of corkscrews and fucking shit like that, that was amazing. So that's why I was kind of disappointed when Battlefield 3 came around and there was no bombs or anything. There was nothing of that sort in this game. I was very disappointed by that, and that's something that I would love to see in Battlefield 4. If they have some bomber planes, something like that, you can cruise around and just blow up shit on the ground, that would be amazing. I would love that sort of thing. But I was a bit disappointed when the jets were sort of revealed, if you want, for Battlefield 3. The fact that it was basically you kill things in the sky and occasionally you might shoot some rockets at the ground. That's not so great. I mean, when I was playing Battlefield 1943, you could shoot things on the ground with the machine guns, and it was okay, but, dropping a bomb on their head was the best thing ever. That right there, I kind of misjudged my corkscrew a little bit and hit a tree, and as you know in this game, when you hit a tree, you don't explode like half the time. It's a strange thing. But to talk about the actual game mode itself, let's get into that, because I've spent 3.5 minutes just talking about 1943. This game mode here, like I said, I was a bit skeptical about it. Would it be fun? And I think it is. I mean, I've only played a couple of rounds so far, and from what I've played, this was my first ever Air Superiority game, by the way, and I felt it was pretty damn good as well. So I was really enjoying it, playing it, and this game here obviously done pretty decently well. And obviously when you play well, you have more fun with it. The game after this, it started a bit rocky and then it kind of got a bit better towards the end of it. But this one here, it was a good game, and I really enjoyed myself. I was flying around playing with Shosho, as you can probably tell, he's in my squad just there, even though the squad functionality is completely pointless. It would have been good if they introduced some form of maybe squad perk type thing, squad specializations for vehicles or something like that. Something to mix it up a little bit, rather than just go, well, here you go, here's a massive battleground, fly around and shoot things, and possibly capture a flag every now and again, and get rammed by your teammates. There, it's always great when that happens. Killed by bad luck, again. Yeah, love it when that happens. That same guy that crashed into me crashed into Shosho like a minute later. I don't think the guy knew what he was doing, but that's one of the things you need to watch out for when you're playing this game mode. When there's a lot of people flying around, there can be a bit of confusion sometimes, and you hit people. Like right there. I don't know what happened to that guy if he survived after I hit him. I hit him far enough up in the sky that he didn't hit the ground or anything like that. Later on in this game, I just plummet into the ground for what appears to be no reason. I'm pretty sure someone crashes into me. But yeah, the game mode is a lot of fun. There's one thing they have changed when you compare this game mode to the exact same thing that was in Battlefield 1943. The one thing that it did change was the fact that there's 3 flags on this one. The 3 flags are in the little zones. So you've got A, B, and C, of course. And the capture zone on them is not that big. For Battlefield 1943, basically all it was one big capture area in the middle of the map. It was fucking huge. It was basically the whole map. You know, there was the aircraft carriers that you launched off from back at base, and there was the big battleground in the middle. And that worked relatively okay, but what it ended up turning into, and that was a spawn camp. People would fly down to your aircraft carrier, bail out, and sit on top of like the bridge on the ship and shoot down at your planes and stuff like that. People that did that all the time were kind of damn annoying. Those people go fuck themselves, but you can't really do that in this game here because you spawn mid-flight and stuff like that. So that kind of makes sense, and it keeps the game sort of flowing. One concern is when you're flying around, you lose orientation as to where you are, so you don't really know where the spawn is unless you've got a lot of experience with what's happening. From what I could tell, even looking at the footage right now, I'm trying to tell if there's any sort of sign where the enemy sort of spawn is. This could be a good thing because, you know, people might camp that and be flying behind it and, you know, spawning behind you as you take off. But this is obviously not the case, and it sometimes leads to you know, misjudging where you should be avoiding. Say you're going to go turn around, and you turn around and you don't realize that you've just turned right in front of their spawn. So they spawn in right behind you, mow you down, nothing you can really do about it. But yeah, I mean, there's got its pros and cons the way things do work. In this game here, what I'm using on the jet, I'm using the lock-on missiles. Obviously, they're a very good thing to use against enemy aircraft. I had the rocket pods on at first by accident. I didn't check what I had on. And rocket pods are damn near useless against aircraft, so definitely do not use those. The lock-on missiles are definitely a lot better, the air-to-air missiles. That way you can take guys down left, right, and centre as well with those. But, of course, the machine gun is your best friend. The machine gun is a pretty damn nice weapon. And, yeah, but the specializations that I'm using at the present moment was maintenance, and what was the other one? IR flares is what it was. The reason for using maintenance instead of using air radar that a lot of people would advise you, a lot of experienced pilots use air radar exclusively when they're flying, and it is a very useful tool. But I felt when I was using it in this scenario, playing Air Superiority, it doesn't really help because I was flying around and I couldn't see anyone on the radar at all. I think the range of it was too short. Maybe I need to increase the map or something. I don't really know. But I was flying around with it and I couldn't see any planes on it. They would be in it for a split second. It would fly right through and continue on their way. Maybe you need to expand the map. I don't know. Would anyone get any tips on that sort of thing? But I just felt like I wasn't getting the best use out of it, and putting on maintenance would help maybe recover when I'm taking a bit of damage, because obviously in this game just here, pardon me, in this game just here, if you get disabled, you can't eject out of the thing, obviously, out of the jet, obviously, so if you get disabled, you're fucked. You're pretty much gone. Maybe you can have the extinguisher, maybe that might help. That I believe, I'm not the most experienced pilot, by the way, and that was close, almost clattered that guy right in the face. I'm not the most experienced pilot, so I don't know. Does extinguisher bring you back from being disabled? I don't know. Is that the way that works? When it comes to flying in Battlefield 3, like I've said in the past, there's videos that I posted way back when the game was brand new and I was trying to fly with a mouse and keyboard and I really couldn't do it. A lot of people were like, oh, bind it to fucking spacebar and all the rest of it. I've tried all that stuff. I'm just fucking useless with the mouse and keyboard when it comes to flying. I'm using the Xbox 360 controller, what I've got plugged in. If you have it plugged in when the game gets launched, you can use it, but if you plug it in halfway through, it doesn't work. I don't know why that's the case. It's kind of annoying in that aspect. Which is especially annoying, the fact that I don't have a lot of USB ports on this thing. I need to buy like a splitter thing so I can get more USB ports to use my damn Xbox 360 controller. But when I'm flying with the 360 controller, I feel far more comfortable because that's sort of the thing that I'm used to. Like it says, I'm used to Battlefield 1943 with flying, and there we go, plummet right into the ground out of nowhere. I think I get hit by someone, I'm not really sure. But yeah, using the Xbox 360 controller is similar to using the PlayStation controller when I was playing on Battlefield 1943, and I'm used to that sort of thing, so I'm getting relative success out of using that instead of using the mouse and keyboard that a lot of people do use. Some people recommended, oh, buy a joystick. Why the fuck would I buy a joystick for one aspect of one game that I barely even use? I mean, who knows, I might buy the joystick and be crap with that, and then that's that money gone. You know, what's the point in that? So I wouldn't, no, I'm not going to invest in the joystick because I really don't think one particular mechanic in one game really merits using the damn thing. But the controller's working out quite nicely for me. For you guys out there that are struggling to fly with the mouse and keyboard, if you have a PC controller, an Xbox 360 PC controller, then just plug that in and that'll work quite nicely for you possibly, and you can maybe try out this game mode and have some fun with that. So far, Endgame's proven to be pretty nice. It's no Aftermath, though. Aftermath is probably my favourite DLC, followed by Close Quarters thus far. But Endgame is proven to be alright. I mean, Capture the Flag has had its moments where it's been quite fun. And also, you've got Conquest mode and their Superiority thrown in there as well. And also Rush mode that you can play on there too. It doesn't include Scavenger mode and a couple of other game modes like Gunmaster and stuff. I don't think it includes Gunmaster. So they're more suited to close range environments, so they're not in there obviously. But other than that, it's pretty damn nice. I'm enjoying myself so far playing Endgame, and this is of course the final DLC for Battlefield 3. So now all there really is to wait for is Battlefield 4 coming out. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. A lot of you guys, actually, this is a thing to throw out to you guys that are watching this video, if you've made it this far into the video, my god, a whole 11 minutes 20. What are you guys looking forward to coming out with Battlefield 4? If you guys get any suggestions what you feel would be good additions to that game, what type of things do you think would be fucking awesome to have in there? The thing that a couple of things that I'm wanting to change in Battlefield 4 compared to Battlefield 3 is, see the damn sun? At least give us a specialization to combat the sun. That shit's bright as hell. I mean, give us some shades. The assault guy's running around with shades on and it doesn't do shit apparently. I mean, Sol is just that full blast all the time and you're just running around like, ah, fuck, can't see shit. Something that's kind of annoying. I mean, especially some of the maps I feel are kind of misbalanced because one side is attacking against the sun and the other guys are attacking away from the sun. That way the guys that are running towards it can't see shit half the damn time and they end up getting mowed down by enemies that are just like disguised in the bloody sunlight. So that's one thing I'm wanting them to kind of alter a little bit. Now I know that it's engine wise it's not going to be a whole lot different to Battlefield 3, at least that's what I'm coming to understand. But yeah, what changes do you guys actually want from Battlefield 4? And hopefully they implement some cool shit in the new game. Right there, rammed into the back of a guy because he slowed right down. That's one thing I've found that pilots do sometimes when you're trying to shoot them. They'll just hit the brakes and you'll end up flying right past them and then they end up right behind you, which is kind of annoying. But that game there has ended. I believe I went 20 for 6, which is not too bad considering this is my first Air Superiority game mode. Show done not too badly either. And yeah, if you guys have enjoyed, please hit the like button down below. I'm going to make a video for later on Capture the Flag, and you guys can see that later on today. But until next time, I have been Big Mooney. Check out some previous videos. I'm at the annotations at the end of the video, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.